And from Cleveland, team number 3.
Academic Challenge. Brought to you by Ohio Edison and by the Illuminating Company. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Don Webster.
Much, Paul King. Hi again, everybody. It's time now to play Academic Challenge. So let's get all 3 teams in action now with our opening 60-second lightning round. Questions are in the same category. For every correct answer, you will earn 10 points for your team. There are no penalties for incorrect replies. This category round is a list of famous persons who all lived in the 19th century. From the clues offered, identify these various celebrities of the 19th century. Fingers on the buzzers. Here is number 1 on your monitor now. All right, Bay.
Robert E. Lee.
That's right. Number 2. Ignatius? McCormick, right. Number 3. Who wrote it? Right, Clearview.
Francis Scott Key.
Julia Ward Howe. Okay, the frontier hero killed at the Alamo Bay.
Bowie.
Yes, or Davy Crockett. Germany's Iron Chancellor, Clearview.
Bismarck.
Right. Who wrote Last of the Mohicans? Ignatius?
Cooper.
Right, James Fenimore. The Sioux leader at Little Bighorn, Clearview.
Sitting Bull.
Right. All right, the English nurse in the Crimean War, St. Ignatius.
Florence Nightingale.
That's right. How about the first Republican candidate for president, St. Ignatius?
Fremont.
Fremont is right. The assassin of Abraham Lincoln, Bay.
John Wilkes Booth.
The next circus showman from Bridgeport, Connecticut, Clearview.
P.T. Barnum.
That's right. And finally, all right, Clearview?
Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid, right. That's the end of the round.
Students appearing on tonight's show win book prizes for their school libraries courtesy of Gildenmeister Herman Booksellers at Shaker Square. These books will be awarded to tonight's schools. Final scores will determine the selections to be awarded. Recognized as specialists in the world of reference books with hundreds of titles in the arts and sciences, Gildenmeister Herman Booksellers are located at 13214 Shaker Square in Cleveland. Open Monday through Friday until 9 p.m. and Sunday till 5. The casual and the intellectual reader are invited to browse in a friendly atmosphere. In addition to book prizes, each contestant and alternate in today's game will receive a photograph of their team as they appear on the show, and also a special Academic Challenge t-shirt.
Here's a minute to relax. I'd like to remind our audience that Academic Challenge is just a game of quick recall and not necessarily a true test of intelligence. Now let's meet tonight's challengers as we check their team scores. And first of all, from Bay, opening with 30 points, here's the team.
Rick Maniloff, Jr., National Honor Society.
John McHenry, Senior, National Honor Society member.
John Biesterfeld, Jr., Honor Roll.
And alternates, Ani Shaw and Tissue and Howard Pop, and a teacher of social studies and first-year advisor, Janet Normando. Nice to see you, Janet. Now from Clearview, they have 40 points, and here's their team.
Mike Leeper, Senior, co-captain varsity football and basketball team.
Kurt Pager, Jr., editor of the school newspaper.
Shirley Schneppe, Senior, National Merit Finalist.
And alternates, Thomas Murphy, Patsy Lee, and Wanda Scarberry, and a first-year advisor and teacher of chemistry, physics, and mathematics, Pamela Penn Shoemaker. Nice to see you. Now from St. Ignatius, they also have 40 points, and here's their team.
Tom Piatak, Senior, National Merit Finalist.
Mike Thaman, Senior, National Merit Scholar.
Jim King, Senior, co-captain, speech and debate team.
And alternates, John Mishik and Ray Gio, and a teacher of biology and first-year advisor, Father Donald Serva. Nice to see you. We'll be right back after a word from the energy makers. Explains the rules for round number 2.
Teams have 75 seconds to answer 10 questions worth 10 points apiece. Answering all 10 correctly adds 50 bonus points.
Thank you, Paul. Let's go back now to Kurt and pick. Kurt, which envelope would you like?
3, please.
3, all righty. And this is round number 2 now, just getting underway, and our questions are coming over to Bay Village, and here we go. Pitching for popular support, our founding fathers ruled that the Constitution must be ratified by how many states equal to the number of men on a baseball team?
9.
Right. When Alexander Pope wrote about Galileo's eyes, he referred to what long-range optical instrument through which the astronomer...
Telescope.
That's it. Hippocrates is known as the father of medicine, but the Greek Galen founded what branch of medicine dealing with the structure of the human body?
Anatomy.
Right. Now, check your monitor. Put the expression on the monitor in simplest form.
2.
2 is right. The inactivity of McClellan's army in the Civil War prompted the sarcastic headlines, "All quiet on what river?" which separates Washington...
Potomac.
Right. This winter, the World Figure Skating Championships were held in what European city where ice sometimes surrounds the harbor statue of the Little Mermaid?
Stockholm.
No, Copenhagen. The sky is bright during the day due to light from the sun. The primary mechanism for the blueness of the sky is which of the following? Scattering, efflorescence, or absorption?
Scattering.
That's it. If it takes 7 oranges to make 3 cups of juice, how many oranges would it take to make 3 quarts of juice?
$28.
28, right. Had William Makepeace Thackeray titled his best-known novel with the name of its heroine, what book would be known today as... You can take a crack at it, nothing lost at all. Want to try? Didn't get there with a question? Okay, it was going to be Vanity Fair, and that's the end of the round now for Bay. And we come back now to team number 3 and Mike from St. Ignatius to make a pick.
6, please.
All right, 6 it is. And we're still, of course, with round number 2, and now our questions are coming back to Clearview from Lorraine. Your round underway. Perhaps because desert tribesmen so value oasis, the Islamic color of the prophet is what shade associated with vegetation?
Green.
Right. You'd need to know both ancient history and seismology to discuss what natural phenomenon that wrecked the Colossus of Rhodes.
Earthquake.
All right, the name Carbonari, applied to Italian patriots in the early 19th century, suggests their business was burning what carbon briquettes often used at cookouts?
Charcoal.
Right. On your monitor, reduce the expression on the monitor to its simplest form.
11.
11. Sir Francis Drake called a ship the Golden Hind because a hind is what swift animal whose relatives include Bambi?
Deer.
That's right. The angstrom is a unit which is designed to measure which of the following? Length, force, or temperature?
Length.
Right. In the famous painting of Washington crossing the Delaware, the general is shown in what pose that would have made the boat dangerously unstable?
Standing.
Right. There are 45 freshmen enrolled in one English course. If this is 60% of the freshman class, what is the total number of freshmen?
70.
No, 75. New World explorers were usually for hire, but which one of the following could boast he sailed under the flag of his native country? Columbus, Cabot, or Champlain?
Cabot.
No, Champlain. Had he built his own house, which of Franklin Roosevelt's vice presidents from Texas might have exclaimed, "This is the house that Cactus Jack built"? No? All right, that's Jack Nance Garner, John Nance Garner. That's the end of the round now for Clearview. And we come back now to team number 1 and John from Bay.
Number 5, please.
All right, 5. And still, of course, with round number 2 for St. Ignatius from Cleveland. Now, William Brewster and William Bradford not only shared initials, they shared life aboard what same ship that arrived in Massachusetts in 1620, right? Polo was played with a pony and a mallet, but what more sedate lawn game did Alice in Wonderland play using playing card soldiers for wickets?
Cricket.
No, croquet. John Quincy Adams was no abolitionist, but he strongly opposed the gag resolutions of 1836 that laid on the table all petitions dealing with what subject?
Slavery.
Right. On your monitor, how many elements are contained in the intersection of the 2 sets on the monitor?
1.
Right. George Meredith wrote his novel, The Egoist, long before what Austrian psychoanalyst presented
Freud.
his theory. That's it. A plaque in Maryland State Capitol honors Matthew Henson, who, with Robert Peary, discovered what area at latitude 90 degrees, longitude 0?
North Pole.
Right. The part of the blood that carries most of the oxygen is red blood cells, white blood cells, or plasma?
Red blood cells.
Right. What is the volume of a square-based pyramid of the same volume as a cube with sides of 3 feet?
18.
27. Had he not died in office, what 20th century president might have eventually returned to his old job as editor of a Marion, Ohio newspaper?
Harding.
That's it. Japanese divers were ecstatic last August when they recovered pots and swords sunk when the fleet of what Mongolian ruler and host of Marco Polo?
Genghis Khan.
Kublai Khan. We had the wrong Khan, but nevertheless a good round, and that's it for St. Ignatius. On to the visual free-for-all. Right after this time out for the Illuminating Company in Ohio Edison. Before we begin round 3, which is our visual free-for-all, here's Paul again with the rules.
In the next 90 seconds, all three teams will compete simultaneously in a visual free-for-all. The first team ringing the bell when a question is asked will be recognized. The right answer gets your team 10 points, but we'll take away 10 for incorrect answers or failure to reply.
Okay, we are underway. Check your monitors, everybody. Fingers on the buzzers. This young warrior of the Watusi tribe in East Africa wears a traditional headdress that was supposed to give him the strength to hunt what feline king of the jungle? Bay.
Lion.
That's it. This portrait of the prophet Jeremiah is from the murals Michelangelo painted for the ceiling of what room where the Bay? All right. Don't answer until I call the name of the school, please. You see here Benjamin West's portrait of Colonel Johnson, England's leading Indian agent in one American colony that was home to such tribes as St. Ignatius.
New York.
That's it. Restrain your laughter long enough to tell us which of these is the formula for nitrous oxide known as laughing gas, Bay?
N2O.
That's it. This crowded painting shows the 16th century Battle of Lepanto. Seriously wounded in this Christian victory over the Turks was what future author of Don Quixote? St. Ignatius.
Cervantes.
That's it. You see here a Canaletto painting of an annual ceremony in which Venice is proclaimed the bride of what sea separating Italy from the Balkans, St. Ignatius?
Adriatic.
That's it. Now, a museum on Red Square. This cathedral dedicated to St. Basil was built by command of what 16th century Russian ruler, St. Ignatius?
Ivan the Terrible.
That's right. Here's the chorus of what popular cowboy song that tells of a home in the West where the deer and the antelope play? Clearview.
Home on the Range.
Right. Your monitor now shows the Red Vineyard at Arles, a painting by what post-impressionist artist who was the subject of the novel Lust for Life? No takers for Vincent van Gogh. American Indians used birch bark for their canoes, but what American poet used the entire tree as the inspiration for his poem Birches? St. Ignatius?
Joyce Kilmer.
No, Robert Frost. This romantic painting by Géricault shows an officer of the famous Old Guard. All right, that's the end of the round, and a good round, too. That completes it. Still pretty much of a tie. Good game. Coming up, a look at tonight's schools, right after we hear from our sponsors, Ohio Edison and the Illuminating Company. Located 15 miles west of Cleveland in the lakeshore suburb of Bay Village, Bay High School has occupied its present site since 1968. The first school in 1816 was a log cabin. Parkview High School, built in 1922, later became Bay High. The first graduating class in 1927 numbered 15. Bay now has 1,200 students. An 850-seat auditorium and new musical arts and industrial arts complex was added in 1976. 80% of Bay graduates go on to higher learning. 2/3 of Bay students take part in one or more of the extracurricular programs. Clearview High School in Sheffield Township, Lorain County, was founded in 1930. It has over 600 students in grades 7 through 12 and a faculty of 40. Clearview offers courses in the fine arts, sciences, humanities, math, and business. Some students also attend the Lorain County Joint Vocational School. Extracurricular activities include many clubs and athletics, and in the past decade, Clearview has had 4 Class A state sports champions. St. Ignatius High School has served this area for nearly a century, and in 1986 will observe its 100th anniversary. The school now occupies a 12-acre campus in Cleveland's Ohio City. St. Ignatius, a Jesuit-operated college preparatory school for boys, offers a quality advanced placement program. College credit is offered for study in several subjects. Present school enrollment is nearly 1,200, and about 98% of Ignatius graduates go immediately to college. This year's graduates will include 18 National Merit finalists.
While we're recapping team scores on your screen, here are the rules for this individual team round. Teams now get 20 points for every correct answer, but we'll take away 20 points for incorrect answers, and past questions will lose 10 points. With 90 seconds to answer 10 questions correctly, teams have a chance to pick up 50 bonus points.
Okay, Paul, thank you. Let's go back now to Kurt and another pick.
7, please.
All right, 7 it is, and our questions are coming back to Bay Village. Another round underway. The Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944 was a GI Bill with what popular name suggesting the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
Bill of Rights.
That's it. Napoleon inspired his soldiers during his Egyptian campaign by telling them that 40 centuries looked down on them from what famous ancient geometric tombs?
Pyramids.
Right. Many courtiers were rewarded with gold or silver, but Sir Walter Raleigh was made warden over mines of what less precious metal whose chemical symbol is SN?
Tin.
Tin is it. Now, listen to this music. About 20 years after he introduced the twist, what singer whose name suggests
Chubby Checker.
That's it. Caesar was told to beware the Ides of March, but what wooden object prompted the priest Laocoon to say, beware of Greeks bearing gifts?
Trojan horse.
Right. Many are cold, but few are frozen, might be the motto of a specialist in what low-temperature science? Cryogenics? Yes. Claiming that sluggishness resulting from long tenure outweighed the gains of experience, Andrew Jackson backed what system of political patronage with a rotten-sounding...
Spoil system.
That's right. If you cut a pie into 15 equal pieces, what is the angle at the point of each piece? What was it?
12 degrees.
Nope, 24. What Elizabethan poet wrote his masterpiece, The Fairy Queen, in 9-line stanzas which today bear his name?
Spencer.
That's it. Eisenhower was the most recent career soldier to become president, the first being what Mexican war hero, who was our 12th chief executive?
Taylor.
Taylor is right. That's the end of the round. 290 points for Bay now after that round, and we come back to Mike from St. Ignatius for a pick.
Pack of 2, please.
All right, 2 it will be, and our questions now are coming back to Clearview from Lorraine. Here we go. Not only did Joan of Arc gain fame while a teenager, so too did what French boy who invented a system of raised dots to help the blind read?
Braille.
Right? A viaduct carries a road or railroad over a valley, but an aqueduct carries what liquid from mountains into a
Water.
valley? Right? The Arabic word meaning desert provides the name for what largest desert located not in Arabia but in North Africa?
Sahara.
All right, listen to this.
Ba-dee-da, boom, ba-dee-da,
A very strange change of pace. The rock group Van Halen has recorded this version of Happy Trails, which was written by what woman, the wife of Roy Rogers?
Dale Evans.
That's it. People laughed at Fulton's Folly, which became the profitable steamboat. But what did Pennsylvanians laughingly call Drake's Folly? An iron smelter, sewing machine, or oil well? I'm sorry?
Oil well.
Oil well. When we talk about a substance in terms of its mass per unit volume, we are referring to what specific property of the substance?
Density.
Density is right. The play Inherit the Wind is based on the Scopes trial, but Maxwell Anderson's Winter Set is set against the background of the 1921 trial of what 2 anarchists?
Pass.
All right. What is the reciprocal of 2 1/2?
4/5.
2/5. In his final report, a coroner would list what same cause of death for Roberta in An American Tragedy and Ophelia in Hamlet?
Pass.
All right. Abraham Lincoln was splitting rails and Jefferson Davis was doing military surveys around Lake Michigan before both fought in what 1832 Indian War?
Pass.
Okay, we have 3 pass questions. St. Ignatius.
Sacco and Vanzetti.
Sacco and Vanzetti is right. St. Ignatius again.
Suicide.
No, we cannot accept that. It must have been just drowning. The next one, the Indian Wars. No takers for the Black Hawk Indian War in 1832. That's the end of the round now for Clearview. And we come back now to John McHenry from Bay for a pick.
Number 1, please.
Okay, 1 it is. Questions coming over to St. Ignatius. The name of what well-known college football bowl held in Jacksonville, Florida is derived from a reptile often associated with a alligator, right. Had he slept for 200 years instead of 20, what lazy Washington Irving character might have...
Van Winkle.
Right. The Chinese invented paper about 105 A.D. because their emperor was tired of writing on what kind of cloth obtained from the cocoon of a worm.
Silk.
Right. Listen to this music. Now, let's all spring along with Yo-Yo, the latest song from what veteran British rock group?
Bob Dylan.
What was it?
Bob Dylan.
No, the Kinks. Although Maximilian was actually an Austrian Habsburg, Manet painted a picture showing him wearing a sombrero, garb of what people whom he ruled at the time of his death. Right. The color of the flame produced is one means of testing for the presence of a particular group, 1A element. The burning of lithium produces what color flame? Violet, crimson, or yellow?
Crimson.
Right. Devil's Island is off the coast of French Guiana, but Angel Falls is found in what other South American nation, one of the 5 leading oil producers?
Venezuela.
Right. The Earth makes a complete trip around the sun in 1 year. Through approximately how many degrees does the Earth travel in 5 months?
150 degrees.
That's it. What American literary classic about the voyage of a monomaniacal whaling captain in search of revenge begins with the words,
Moby
"Call me"?
Dick.
That's right. Although he didn't intend to filibuster, what New England statesman filled the Senate with thrilling words for 2 days in an 1830 speech attacking nullification?
Daniel Webster.
That's right, and that's the end of the round for St. Ignatius. 300 points. Right on the grab bag after a message from the energy makers. In the grab bag, for every correct answer, we will add 20 points. Miss or fail to answer, we take away 20 points. Going into our grab bag Here's how we stand. Clearview from Lorraine is in third place, followed by Bay Village in second, and barely in the lead, St. Ignatius from Cleveland. They have 300 points now, and we're all set to go. Let's put more points on the scoreboard as you hit the buttons and give me the answers for 20 points apiece. Here we go. Zeus created legendary soldiers called myrmidons by transforming what insects that a fable tells us worked hard while a lazy grasshopper played? St. Ignatius.
Ants.
Yes. The flag of our federal government has 50 stars, but the District of Columbia's flag has how many stars equal to the branches of our federal government? Ignatius.
3.
Right. One of the 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U, which is not used by any governor when he writes the first letter in the name of his state? Ignatius?
E.
E is right. When Wayne Gretzky has gotten more publicity, what star hockey player for the New York Islanders Clearview?
Bobby Hall.
Nope, Mike Bossy. Red is the color associated with the Communist Army, but the Russian Counter-Revolutionary Army in 1918, St.
White.
Ignatius?
White.
White, right. The sum of an integer and its reciprocal is 2 1/2. Find the integer. Ignatius?
2.
Right. Should you compose an ode and dedicate it to poets Burns and Browning, what common first name would you use in the title? All right, Bay?
Robert.
Right. Christopher von Dognanyi has been named as the next music director of the Cleveland Orchestra, succeeding what present conductor? St. Ignatius? Yes. Few legends exist about Anglo-Saxon noble families, but what famous wife of Earl of Leofric of Mercia rode through the streets of Coventry clad only in bay?
Lady Godiva.
That's it. A plant cell can be easily distinguished from an animal cell because the plant cell has the nucleus, chromosomes, or
Cell
St.
wall.
Ignatius? Right.
Cell wall.
What number is the multiplicative identity element for the real numbers? Clearview?
1.
Right. To describe your adventure of being carried to Oz in a cyclone, Dorothy might have used the title of what novel by Margaret Mitchell? Clearview.
Gone with the Wind.
That's right. Children know Baybar is a storybook elephant, but Baybar is also an island in one archipelago nation that includes Bali and Sumatra.
Indonesia.
Indonesia's right. In India, it's traditional to spin cotton on October the 2nd to honor what assassinated nonviolent Indian leader? Ignatius?
Gandhi.
Right. While writing Death in the Afternoon, Hemingway might appropriately have used as background music what song from Carmen sung by the brave Escamille? No takers for Toreador. As an angle increases from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, which of the following applies? Sine increases, cosine increases, or
Tangent
bay?
increases.
What's that?
Tangent.
No, the sign increases. 1976 was our bicentennial year, but it also marked the 200th anniversary of what influential book about economics written by Adam Smith? Bay.
Wealth of Nations.
That's it. The famed Danube flows 1,700 miles from its source in a German forest to a Middle Eastern sea, but both the forest and the sea have what same color? Ignatius?
Black.
Right. And there we have our final buzzer. Our final standings. In third place tonight from Lorraine, Clearview High School. In second place, Bay from Bay Village. And the winner, St. Ignatius from Cleveland with 500 points. Congratulations. Be sure to watch Academic Challenge again next week when our contestants will come from Vermilion High School, Walsh Jesuit from Stowe, and West Geauga High from Chesterland. This is Don Webster. Hope you have a nice week, and we'll look forward to seeing you then.
Academic Challenge has been brought to you by the Illuminating Company and by Ohio Edison. Book prizes for Academic Challenge are provided by Gildenmeister Herman Booksellers in Shaker Square for promotional consideration.